pale fine sand, and other smaller shores, covered with pebbles and shells, hidden amid high cliffs. In those towering rocks, which loom over the water, seagulls and turtle doves make their nests, and you can hear their voices, especially in the early morning, sometimes lamenting, sometimes gay. There, on quiet days, the sea is gentle and cool, and lies on the shore like dew. Ah, I wouldn't ask to be a seagull or a dolphin. I'd be content to be a scorpion fish, the ugliest fish in the sea, just to be down there, playing in that water. Around the port, the streets are all sunless alleys, lined with plain centuries-old houses, which, although painted in beautiful pink or grayish shell colors, look severe and melancholy. On the sills of the small windows, which are almost as narrow as loopholes, you sometimes see a carnation growing in a tin can, or a little cage that seems fit for a cricket, but holds a captured turtle dove. The shops are as deep and dark as brigands' dens. In the cafe at the port, there's a coal stove on which the owner boils Turkish coffee, in a deep blue enameled coffee pot. She's been a widow for many years, and always wears the black of mourning, the black shawl, the black earrings. A photograph of the deceased, on the wall beside the cash register, is festooned with dusty leaves. The innkeeper in his tavern, which is opposite the monument of Christ the Fisherman, is raising an owl, chained to a plank high up against the wall. The owl has delicate black and gray feathers, an elegant tuft on his head, blue eyelids, and big eyes of a red-gold color, circled with black. He always has a bleeding wing, because he constantly pecks at it with his beak. If you stretch out a hand to give him a little tickle on the chest, he bends his small head towards you, with an expression of wonder. When evening descends, he starts to struggle, tries to take off, and falls back, and sometimes ends up hanging head down, flapping on his chain. In the church at the port, the oldest on the island, there are some wax saints, less than 3 palms high, locked in glass cases. They have skirts of real lace, yellowed, faded cloaks of brocatelle, real hair, and from their wrists hang tiny rosaries of real pearls. On their small fingers, which have a deathly pallor, the nails are sketched with a thread-like red line. Those elegant pleasure boats and cruise ships that in greater and greater numbers crowd the other ports of the archipelago hardly ever dock at ours. Here you'll see some barges or merchant ships, besides the fishing boats of the islanders. For many hours of the day, the square at the port seems almost deserted. On the left, near the statue of Christ the Fisherman, a single carriage for hire awaits the arrival of the regularly scheduled steamers, which stop here for a few minutes and disembark 3 or 4 passengers altogether, mostly people from the island. Never, not even in summer, do our solitary beaches experience the commotion of the bathers from Naples and other cities and all parts of the world who throng the beaches of the surrounding areas. And if a stranger happens to get off at Procida, he marvels at not finding here that open and happy life, of celebrations and conversations on the street, of song and the strains of guitars or mandolins, for which the region of Naples is known throughout the world. The Procidans are surly, taciturn. All the doors are closed. Almost no one looks out the window. Every family lives within its 4 walls and doesn't mingle with the others. Friendship among us isn't welcomed. And the arrival of a stranger arouses not curiosity, but rather distrust. If he asks questions, they are answered reluctantly, because the people of my island don't like their privacy spied on. They are a small, dark race, with elongated black eyes, like Orientals, and they so closely resemble one another, you might say they're all related. The women, following ancient custom, live cloistered like nuns. Many of them still wear their hair coiled, shawls over their heads, long dresses, and in winter, clogs over thick black cotton stuff.